I'm going to talk about is the extension of the harness, where I think it should come from. So what we're looking at doing is extending this harness, and I kind of measured from back here at the corner where the intake would be, coming around behind the brake booster and either up over behind the washer bottle, because if you still had ABS you would have to do that. I don't have ABS. If I wanted to, I could either tie in or follow or separately loom with this one. Don't mind the purple loom. I'm trying to get rid of it. My wife likes it. Anyway, coming up here, you could go underneath the washer bottle to the PCM. Now what I took a measurement from was from this corner down to where the PCM was at, down here underneath. My PCM is still in the original location, but I've got it bracketed down in there with an original truck bracket from the S10 bodies. And well, it's about 33 inches from this corner up here down to about here. Now coming around 33 inches would put you right here where the cruise control box was at, roughly in this area, not including the bend of the connectors and everything. So that's just a generic measurement, because I want to go behind the booster. It's pretty tight back here, so it's going to actually curl in behind it. We're going to lose about 6 inches trying to get in behind it, and then coming down either the side or underneath the washer bottle. The car is a summertime street driver, so I don't need ABS, I don't need cruise control, anything like that. So what you're looking at for a good install, probably about 40 inches. Just to be on the safe side, you can always move the harness around to where you need it. Now these ground wires here were the original OptiSpark grounds. You still have to maintain those. I just ran them out of the harness and they stayed where they were supposed to, on the block. So they would come out of your new harness, branch off. Now your only other route would be, plus your temp sensor. The only other thing would be is your injectors and your coils are going to have their own harness branch off of the main. They could either stop here and have a good clean install and bring your grounds and your temp sensor down here out of the main harness behind where your ABS would come from, where your main harness would come from. Or you could go ahead and branch those down with this coil and injector harness, but I think that would be kind of a sloppy install, having a small piece of loom come down. I would rather have them branch out of the main harness, tucked up underneath here. The intake would be a good clean install. You really wouldn't see it. That way everything would end right here, and then all your throttle cable brackets and everything would be nice and clean. You'd have one simple harness coming down, stopping, that's it. And then everything else will run through, and then your harness would just come out from down here to your grounds, which if you really wanted a better clean install, you could cut your grounds off here and mount them to the back of the head. They could come out and they could ground to the back. That way that eliminates this up here, and they would be on the back. You would have no wires there, except the only wire you'd have coming out of your main harness would be your temp sensor. That's the only way I see doing that. I think I would go that route, mount those grounds to the back to the head, and you would never see them at all. And that would be a good clean install. Now here I do have my other temp sensor routed out. I got it in yellow because I've got my gauges up here in my hood. I didn't need this gauge for anything, or that temp sensor for anything, because it was routed through the PCM going into the dash. But this wire here goes up to my gauges in my cowl induction, and that's what runs that temp gauge. And of course you got the tack wire that goes up to my 3 3/4 inch tack that's up there, which Bill wired into the harness, so I do have a 12 volt tack output that comes directly out of the 411 PCM. So I hope this helps. If you got any more questions, hit me up.